Shalom, shalom, Sister Deborah, prophetess in the wilderness. And you know what? That's all right with me. Coming again on this Deborah platform with another message. And I say unto you, I'm sorry, I apologize for the stalling. What happened is I just received a message on YouTube from someone, and they sound so concerned, and it kind of make me feel sad. It makes me feel real sad because I realize we are in such a critical time in life, and yet we really do not understand. We really don't understand. And this individual asked me the most awesome, beautiful question, and I just can't wait to answer it. I can't wait to answer the question, but I will. I put it forth. But I'm going to talk to you all about that. But I wanted to cover something so that you all that's out there that's really trying to find the narrow gate and seeking to find it, and also has the light to help you find your way. So I want to say this to you. When you go to, I don't have my Bible with me. You go to the book of Genesis, you realize when Adam and Eve had was charged about knowing good and evil after they had sinned. And this is in the book of the 3rd chapter of Genesis. And it reads in the 3rd chapter, before you get to the end of the 3rd chapter, it reads that man has become like one of us, knowing. And the ideal of knowing now good and evil rests therein. Meaning now they know that there's good and evil rests therein. But I like what he was saying. He goes beyond just good and evil. He said, but except that letting you know good and evil is not, and good is not good enough. You got to go beyond. Except you take up the tree of life. See, and eat it. You see? And it's showing you in a way that accepting it in your inner man. Because when you eat something, it goes down in to your body. So he's telling you that's how take it from the tree of life. You got to bring it in to your spirit, man. Take it in, digest it into your spirit. Reach for it, eat it. You see? Take of it, let it digest in your spirit. But this is the key I'm talking about. Is after they had done all of that and sin had hit, guess what he said? You all just do not get it, and I know you don't. But I'm going to say it anyhow, because we're in such a critical time to where they are going to cut this mess off. They're going to cut their trash off. This devil platform has done the job for them. Okay? Has helped them a great deal. So when they cut this stuff off, you need to have this in you already, so you can walk with the word resting in you. And if Yah is already there, he's going to refer you back, because the Ruach HaKodesh has come to bring things back to your remembrance. Okay, so it's saying that there's things that he's going to bring back to your remembrance that you once knew, or you once read, or anything that's has connection to him. He ain't going to bring you trash. He's going to bring things back to your remembrance, because the Holy Spirit does that to help you walk this journey in him, run this race in him, or the journey in him. Okay, now this is the thing to it. In Genesis chapter 3, it talks about after they had sinned, and he's told them the way to back to him is through the tree of life, and eat and take of it. But let me tell you something. Once he said that, guess what's, I'm going to tell you what he said for you. He said right there for you, and he said, he have left place the flaming torch that turns each way, any way that you may find your way. That means Yah has always kept a light on for us. Ahaya has always left the light on for us. We just refuse to use it because we're in so much darkness. We don't want light coming nowhere near our darkness, and we have settled for that, to where light says, I don't want to come near your stinking tail no way. You see? So therefore you walk it continually in darkness, and you don't have no respect for the light. It's almost like the Gospel of John, chapter 1 and verses 4 and 5. The light shineth, Deborah, but the darkness won't comprehend it. And that is true fact. So even the light that Yah has set out, the flaming torch, that the flaming sword that he has placed there, that we may find our way, guess what? That's why we can't find our way. We don't have no respect, nor do we seek the flaming torch, the flaming sword that was put there since the beginning of Genesis. It was always there. Even when he ended everything, guess what? It did not do away with the flaming sword. The flaming sword is to remind all darkness, all the things that Satan do, all the things that works in wicked and evil, Satan, demons, devils. It is to warn them that no matter what you do, listen to this, y'all. I know y'all don't hear it, but I'm going to say it anyway. It is to warn them that they cannot interfere. Hallelujah. They cannot interfere nor come up on the flaming sword in which Yah has left there for us. Matter of fact, whatever they do, they have to leave the flaming sword lit. It's not like they can put it out, because it's spirit and truth. That's what it is. It's spirit and truth. That's the flaming sword. It turns every way that what? You may find your way. That's the flaming sword. It is spirit and truth. He did it in Genesis. And even when the days of Noah, when he ended the world, guess what? It didn't take away the flaming sword. Ain't that deep? Not only is it deep, it's beautiful. It shows you the power of who he is, the authority and the honor he should be given, and the praise he should be given from every last one of us, and the respect and the worship. He has had that sword, that flaming sword, ever since Genesis, even to today. Still nice and lit, that we may find our way. So when we see things and we're seeing it clear in this day, it ain't that it's just not showing. That's why when people be talking about, well, we awakening it, this stuff is not awakening you to the point where you see anything. It was already lit. Respect him. Respect him for that. He always had the flaming sword lit, so you may find your way to the tree of life, or to whatever there is that's righteous and just, which is still yet him. But what we do, we don't want no part of it. So when the Europeans and the heathens and the Gentiles come along and show us stuff, we take heed to it. We listen to it, we watch it, and we can embrace it. But what we don't understand, that's still Yah's flaming sword that he's charged them to always have. See, they already know how to respect Yah. It's us. They already know to respect him. Why? Because they know he can end their day and their hour and their second at a blink of an eye. Because he already know where they're going. He know where all of us are going to end up. The end game of us. But in Genesis, he gave you the flaming sword. And Genesis 3, it still remains, because it is spirit and it's truth. It is to give us a way that we can see out, y'all. It has always been there. Even when we was on the slave ship, y'all. It has always led us to truth, to righteous, to just, to the most high, or higher. That's what that flaming sword. So we can't deny that he has not been ever present. But what happened is, I got a clip this morning, and as I was looking at it, the Spirit of the Most High. And I was in the bathroom. I had my phone on and listening to the clip on my phone and while I'm in the bathroom. And the water in the bathroom was running. And he was just revealing things to me. And it was more of a calm and beautiful way he was saying it. He was saying, Deborah, these things you know. All that's on that clip, I want you to listen to the whole thing. And I listened to the whole thing. And if it's not everything that I have spoke about, every part of that clip, it has something to do with something I have said. And I have warned. And Father said he's connecting it. He said, now, you see how you be talking about the basement, coming in through the basement. Wasn't there a clip that's saying you can't come through, they're going to be trying to come through the basement? So I'm like, the Father, the individual that's on the clip may not have paid any attention to the fact that why the individual swung that to me. See, Yah is in the making of being about what he said he's about. Okay? And one might think when I send this here so I can see what they doing. But see, what Yah is saying, Deborah, see how you already ahead of them? You've been telling them everything on every last one of them clips. You've been telling them. You see? But when the heathens bring it out, it just seems like the tribe of Judah accepts it more, embrace it more. As long as the heathens and the Gentiles and the Europeans bring this message out or bring something out that reveals something, oh, the tribe of Judah embrace it. Not just with their arms. You know how you hug somebody with your arms? They embrace it with their legs. They wrap around it. Arms and legs around whatever the Gentiles, the heathens, put out there for them. They wrap around it. They can get it. It's a powerful thing. But when Yah send heathens to teach it or to give it to someone, they can't seem to see it. They see it through others of the Gentiles. That leads me to understand also, here it's gone. See, they can't graft here at all. So what as I was listening to the video and watching it in the bathroom this morning, the Father referred me back to Genesis 3. He said, remember the sword? This whole tape, this person sent to me, which was 20 some odd minutes, 28, 29. And it covers everything I've said in the last year, y'all, as far as everything. Each clip was speaking about what I was saying. And it's because even though it's just almost a half an hour, each piece of it shows me that it was nothing I was saying and speaking that was not 100. Because here it is, the heathens got it already locked into their system that they've been showing the tribe of Judah and everybody for years and years and years, and they still ain't got it. Here we are in the year 2022, and they still not getting it. Even when the heathens show them and the Gentiles, they seem to embrace it a little better. They embrace it better when the Gentiles and the heathens give it to them. But when Yah sent his to give it to them, they like, okay, we limit it to what we want to accept or believe. And it's okay. And it's something that I must embrace because it reminds me what he was saying about the mind of Judah is gone. See how it's like almost like butt backwards, and that's how they accept things based on what the heathens and the Gentiles give them. They don't accept it when you're speaking it. They embrace it a different way when it comes another way. And that's the way away from the way that Yah is allowing. And the reason why the Gentiles are giving you, and the heathens are giving you this information, or you're collecting the information or seeing the information, is because that's that same light. That's that same flaming sword that Yah said was going to be lit. So you can always find your way. That's the charge. Only thing about it, in the movies and in the videos and the things that they're talking about, that's the charge that he gave the heathens and the Gentiles, which was connected to Satan. Those that were connected to Satan, he told them, you're going to leave the light on. And that's what they had to do. All the way back. That's why you hear our men always whining and crying about, oh, this movie was talking about us. This was talking about us. Ooh, 20, 30 years, they was talking about us. They've been talking about y'all. You all just ain't been listening. That's it. Even to today, you just ain't one that listen. and you one that's not going to listen. You know, because if you don't listen to the ones that Yah is sending, that shows you you're not somebody that's going to listen. So the light on has always, when Yah said in Genesis chapter 3, lead the flaming sword that you may find your way, that goes all the way to the end of the world, that you may find your way. You see, even in the New Jerusalem, that's not the New Jerusalem, but the promised land. Yah always left that flaming sword that we may find our way to the tree of life. So if we think for 1 minute that when the heathen throw out movies and videos and showing us this and showing us that, that's the ultimate, or that's it, or they know this and they doing this, they doing that. That's what the men always say. Oh, they showed us here. They showed you what was been going on since the beginning of time. And even when they show you, you accept that they are doing something to you without realizing, wait a minute, why are they giving us this information that lead us to us and what's going on with us and what they're doing behind the closed door? You know why? Yah told them in Genesis 3 to leave. He was going to lead the sword, the flaming sword, that it may turn every way that we may find our way to the tree of life. So no matter what goes on in the world, the flaming sword is always lit there for us. No matter which way we turn, wicked, evil, or whatever, that flaming sword going to remain there so we can find our way to the tree of life. You see? And the reason why the movies and everything is still the flaming sword, so we can find our way. The movie shows us the directions. You see? See, still he charged the devil. I don't care what you do. I'm not gonna let you do anything. But hey, I got a flaming sword that's lit. It's gonna turn away. Let them find their way. No matter if they go this way, that way, darkness, light, whatever, they're gonna find their way to the. I'm gonna make sure it was always there. See, we thinking we being judged when we stand before judgment. We being judged as we down here, because the flaming sword been there all the time, and we ain't never turned away to see that that's a flaming sword. So with me, he taught me in the last couple of years that the flaming sword, I could actually embrace it as keeping the light on. You know how that hotel, a movie, Motel 6, leave the light on? When Yah said he left the light on. Find the light, and you'll find your way. What Sister Deborah been telling you? Go toward the light, the light, the light. Why? Because I know that the flaming sword been lit since the days of back in Genesis, during creation, that we may find our way. Go to the light, y'all. I say it over and over, but it ain't gonna mount up to anything, because you got to lose it here. You see? But if you accept what the curse have, the end game of it, guess what? Losing here don't mean nothing, because you'll have it here. But nobody wants that part. They waiting for the heathens and the Gentiles to give them information. And that's just how it is. It is what it is. But I was so saddened today because of that, first of all, and that wasn't as saddened as the message I got on my YouTube today. And it's been about 15-20 minutes ago, and the individual was looking at one of my videos, and they say, what did the tribe of Judah do to gain such a harsh punishment? Oh, that made me so sad. Y'all, that made me so sad. And I still feel sad about it. It's a feeling inside. And they was responding to one of my videos, and they said, well, I said, Judah has lost it, I think it's 90%. They said, well, what did Judah do to deserve such a harsh punishment to slavery? Oh, I got to answer that, y'all. I got to go back. I got to answer. I feel so sad for that individual. That leads you to realize that while we here monkeying up on these platforms, trying to be evil toward one another, going after one another, it's the word of Yah that proceed out of his mouth. Once he give it to you, you bring it out. If you think you're going to give the word of Yah out of the book, you can hang it up. We need a right now word, because the people had the book for thousands of years. They done had Torah for thousands of years. Look at here, 2022. Then they had Torah all this time and ain't done nothing with their spirit. You see what I'm saying? Ain't done nothing for their inner man. They're doing all kind of wicked with their outer man. Even cursing people and doing things to people, killing, destroying, murdering, talking hate toward their women, and women are starting to go back and talk hate toward the men. And it's a sad thing. Let me show you how I know that. Y'all told me a year, and I told y'all a year ago that the Father said that spirit that's on man is a hate spirit. But he just told me a couple of months ago, not only is it a hate spirit, it is a spirit of wicked and evil, because of the days that we're in. I was like, wow, these men don't know where they're at, do they? They really don't. He didn't say this about women, but he said that. He said it's a hatred, and it's loaded with wicked and evil. And I was like, oh my God. And I was listening yesterday, not purposely, because I had my YouTube on, and I was cleaning up, and I heard this one program came on YouTube, and it was a lady and this guy, and he always bringing silly stuff, and he has his own little show, and they was talking about Batman, women like Batman over Superman. Now see how they sit here, then plot the personality of the tribe of Judah based on Batman and Superman, which one the women like. The men want Superman and the women want Batman, and how Batman is this, and women talking about, yeah, we prefer Batman. You stupid fools. Let's see how they gone. If you ain't calling that gone, you gone. If you ain't seeing that that's a mindset that's gone, you on YouTube talking about Batman and Superman in such a late hour as this, in such great wickedness as this. Your people out there killing one another. Your men are killing their women, their children, their mother, and their father. And you standing around here talking about Batman and Superman, two great evil roles that's played by the heathens. And you sitting here talking about which one the Gentiles, the tribe of Judah like better. Batman or Robin. You about Batman and Robin stupid. You see what I'm saying? This is what I'm saying to you all. And she's sitting up there, yeah, we prefer Batman. He more like this. These are white people's heroes. Heathens. So why are you preferring anyone? Why are they your anything? I'm trying to see. You should have Jeremiah and Isaiah and all of them up there saying how we prefer to hear all the words of Jeremiah or Ezekiel or all the words. You sitting here talking about a Batman and Robin. The heathens heroes. I just sit there and looked at them black people. I said, see, Father, I have never denied. I'm going to tell y'all something. Whether you find it in the scriptures or not, I am a sister that believes every word the Spirit of Yah speaks unto me. I believe it. I don't need nobody to justify, clarify, or identify where I am in error, where I'm in wrong in when it come down to the word. You know why? I hear the voice of the Most High Yah. And I take heed to it, and I do not call him a liar and say he's a liar so I can be right within my flesh. No, every word he speaks to me is truth. I'm the liar, if anything. My flesh it would be the liar, not him. He ain't never came to me and told me nothing that was a lie. And I never see him to be a lie. I will be a lie, and every man a lie, but my Father gonna stand truth at all times, spirit and truth. So this individual, when I go on live today, I'm going to cover that. I'm going to try to go on live at 8 p.m. Central. I'm going to try to cover that whole message that was sent to me earlier today, because it was really sad. It was really sad because the individual trying to find out, well, what did Judah do to deserve? What did they do to be entitled to be slaves? And that's a good point of what the individual is saying, because it's piercing my flesh. It's down in my spirit, saddened, because it's saddened because here we are in the late night, midnight hour. What comes after the midnight hour? The morning, but the midnight hour have to turn itself in. Okay, and this midnight hour represents wicked and evil. We at the highest. It's going to be more and more, but it's going to still be at a highest. Okay, so if this individual are living and can't see nothing of this capacity, that just shows you how it's going to be 99.9. It's going to be left in turmoil. just as Noah and the ark, only the 7 went in, and the whole world ended. That's just how bad it is. That's the whole one of the another hidden mystery is about when he said it's gonna be like the days of Noah. Everybody bypassed the fact that he's speaking of the percentage that went into the ark versus those that all died, and everything was destroyed. No one's clicking in that. They looking at what he says. They're gonna be buying, selling, marriage, and being married, giving in marriage. They look at all of that, but they don't look at the whole Noah in the ark like he really wanted us to do. He wanted us to see how wicked it was then, and every imagination of their thoughts, going back to the mind, were evil continually. See, going back to that mind. So if it's gone when it's 100, so we're going to cover that too. Because listen, if he said continually, every imagination in their thoughts were wicked and evil continually, is that not saying the mind is gone? That's what I'm saying to y'all. Whether you are performing it or not, you're gone. Because your thought pattern, the way you see things, the way you understand things, the way you embrace things, it's gone. Because you ain't embracing nothing spirit and truth. You ain't embracing nothing in the light. You ain't embracing nothing righteous. You ain't embracing nothing just. You just saluting all these people doing all this wicked and evil and saluting it to be okay. So our sister Deborah will be back, and I want to talk about that. I'm going to give that full message of the individual who sent me that question. And I have to get back with them as well regarding it, because I want to give them more than what they bargained for. So I, Sister Deborah, I'm going to step in here. I'm going to invite, I had invited all the kids over. I'm cooking roast and a home cooked meal. So I'll be getting back with you later. And I just wanted to say that I love you all, and keep in mind that we are to direct people to the light. It is important that we go in the direction to the light and do the things which is pleasing to the Most High, or higher, and not to the world, okay? Go to the light, stay in the light, and let that light goes with you in the corner. The corner represents surrendering your all in all to the Most High, higher. Just like he said, then one of the number one commandment is give me all your heart, give me all your mind, give me all your strength, and give me your spirit. Give me your spirit. He's just saying, you give me what I've given you. Hallelujah. Shalom and shalom.